Well, we have a huge update for the DCU that seems to be coming right from James Cameron and Peter Safran. It sounds like the current Snyderverse era of actors' days might literally be numbered, with everyone in the sights, even Henry Cavill. Let's break down a report from The Hollywood Reporter, talk about what's going on, and why we think there's a full reboot of the DC Universe headed towards us. Well, how quickly things can change. Fans are abuzz about the news from The Hollywood Reporter earlier today that breaks down some of the things going on with DC Studios. It sounds like we are in for some major changes, and I don't think everybody is very ready for this. There appear to be some major changes on the horizon, and this includes canceled productions and cameos, and some actors actually finishing up their roles. So let's break down the whole report, starting from the top, and dig into all the details. Now, what's going on is THR has published a new report that breaks down what DC Studios co-heads James Gunn and Peter Safran are planning for their new DCU. Now, they make it very clear that things right now are, and I quote, in flux. But it does sound like there's some major developments on the horizon that could indicate mega-level changes for the DC Universe. Now, first and foremost, the absolute biggest takeaway from this story is apparently Patty Jenkins' Wonder Woman 3 is no longer moving forward. That's right, the third film in the trilogy has gotten the axe. According to The Hollywood Reporter, the filmmaker was informed that the script she co-wrote with Jeff Johns, quote, did not fit in with the new plans, and the project is now considered dead. Considering how well received Gal Gadot has been as Wonder Woman, this is pretty staggering news. But I do have to say the last film was not very well received. The ending of this franchise could have bigger implications for the larger DCU, but we'll get to that in a moment. Now, the next detail might feel like a body blow to some fans. And it seems, even though Henry Cavill had that recent appearance as Superman in Black Adam, that mid-credit scene could actually be the last time we see him as the Man of Steel. Now, we know Cavill actually implied he would be sticking around for a while to play the hero in that Instagram post. But according to this report, and this one caught me off guard, all future projects featuring his iteration of the iconic character are believed to have been, quote, shut down. That's right, according to THR, plans for Man of Steel 2 have been put on ice, and we may very well have seen the last of Henry Cavill. Now sadly, this brings us to Jason Momoa, and it seems like we're getting some more bad news there. We're all on the countdown for Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, but apparently that also could be his last time playing Arthur Curry. Now, if you've been paying attention to his social media account, many people seem to think he's back in talks to play Lobo, and that might align with what the new plans are, but it appears James Gunn and Peter Safran are also bringing this franchise potentially to an end. It's also been confirmed that both Cavill and Momoa were supposed to have cameos in The Flash, but that also may not happen anymore. Now, just after this report dropped, we got another one from Deadline, and that broke down some of the financials of Black Adam, which quite honestly were mystifying but are subjects for another video. Now, apparently the spin-offs for that movie have also been nixed, basically leaving the only standing franchise being Matt Reeves' The Batman. Now, as many of you know, that Batman takes place in another universe, and this may bring us to what's really going on with James Gunn and Peter Safran. For better or for worse, it sounds absolutely clear to me that Gunn and Safran are cleaning house and, unbelievably, seem to be moving towards a full reboot of the DC Universe. Now, we always talk about how if this doesn't come directly from the production company like DCU or Warner Bros. Discovery or even James Gunn, you have to take it with a grain of salt. But this is coming from both Deadline and The Hollywood Reporter, so there's a lot of news for the future of DC here. It seems very likely that the DCU is headed for a full reboot, and quite honestly, this might be the only option Gunn and crew have to get everything realigned. In order to tell a large cohesive story, they need to have all the pieces in place, and many of these projects may have matured too far to steer the course in the direction they want. Now, I did notice one of the pillars he mentioned the other day of the DCU is not in this list. Gunn made it pretty clear the pillars were going to be Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and of course Harley Quinn. And I did notice in none of these reports did we get any mentions of Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn. We also know Gunn has worked closely with Robbie on the character on the set of The Suicide Squad, so if anybody is safe moving forward, it will likely be her. I highly suspect we're going to be talking about new actors for most, if not all, of these characters. And at this point, if Gunn and Safran are rebooting the DCU, I do actually think we might get a Justice League movie to kick off this new universe with a full cast of characters. I've always felt they should have looked to that Justice League animated series and figure out how to get their movie universe online. And that might be exactly what's going on. With no Wonder Woman 3, no Henry Cavill, and Jason Momoa leaving the role, as well as not having an official Batman, at this point, rebooting all of these characters into a cohesive story with no baggage really might be the best bet for Gunn and team. I know a lot of fans will be seriously disappointed to lose some of their favorite faces associated with these superheroes, but over the long term, this ultimately might be the best plan for DC Studios, although really painful right now. Now, obviously, if you want all of your DC updates, you're going to have to hit that like and subscribe button. We're going to be following all of these stories very, very close. So stay tuned and we'll bring you the news right away. But until we know more, what do you guys think? Does it appear to you, like me, that DCU is about to get a full reboot? And how shocked are you that movies like Wonder Woman 3 are being canceled? Tell me what you think in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you hit like, click subscribe, and if you don't ring that bell, you won't get any updates. Peace.